Hey guys, welcome back to episode 24 of my investment journey series. The series we do right here on my YouTube channel, take you guys through my trading 212 portfolio, as I always do every week, apart from 3 weeks ago when it never happened, but if you've watched last week's video, you'll know why that is. Anyway, this is all about my trading 212 investments. So if you are involved in the world of trading 212, in stock markets, investing, a beginner to that sort of world, I've now been doing this for 24 weeks. So I've started this beginning of lockdown here in the UK, and that's when I first got into the stock market world, started investing my money, my savings, and I'm just doing this weekly review here on YouTube, going through my whole portfolio, all my investments, just to kind of let you guys see how things are looking, keeps myself accountable, and that's the whole idea behind this video, behind this channel right just now. So if you are new to this sort of world, like I say, consider subscribing to the channel. Please hit the like button on this video. I'm going to try and aim for 35 likes this week, so we'll try and increase it bit by bit each week and see how we get on. And yeah, we'll move over to my iPhone screen like I always do. I'll take you through my investments and we'll see what's been happening this week. Spoiler alert, but things don't look too healthy this week. Don't worry, Hugo is in the video again. It's just he's been a bit lazy today and he's decided not to come down and join me in the kitchen. So here he is here upstairs on his bed. But I felt like I had to include him anyway, since he's now kind of became an addition to this YouTube channel. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get on to my trading 212 portfolio for this past week. So here we are guys, on my iPhone screen as always. It's 5 to 3 Sunday afternoon, and I've just realised my battery is extremely low, so this is maybe a little bit risky trying to do this video with a battery that is that low and that red, but we'll see how we get on. Hopefully this works, hopefully I can finish recording before it dies, and if it dies then my bad, I'll have to start again. Anyway, let's open up Trading 212 and we will see what has been going on this past week with my investments on my portfolio. ISA utilisation is still 32%, so I've not actually added any more money into my Trading 212 account in the past week. Total amount invested, it's still the same, £7,905.63, and you can now see the return is sitting at £121.55, so the portfolio value overall, all my investments, it's up by 1.54%. So if we were to look at the past week, so let's look at last Sunday, and this is always a nightmare trying to scroll back there, you'll know what I mean if you use this app. Let's look at last Sunday, so there we go, Sunday 13th of September, the return was sitting at £279.90, 3.54% up, so we've went from 3.54 and we've dropped to 1.54. So pretty crazy that it's actually kept to 0.54%, so we're actually down by 2% overall, and that's in the space of a week. So again, it just shows you how you really should only be investing the money that you're not afraid of losing, because a lot of people right just now who might be overly emotional in terms of investing and with the stock market as a whole, they might have seen the money going down and they might have sold out straight away thinking, you know what, screw this investing game's not for me and I'm not wanting to lose my money, let's sell it now, everything's going down, blah blah blah. But again, keep that long-term mindset, don't freak out, invest, hold it for a long time, try and forget about it as much as you can, and check it maybe once a week, kind of like what I'm doing here in my reviews, but definitely don't check it every day, don't check it every hour. It's just going to cause unnecessary stress, and that is something that I'm sure we can all be doing without right just now. So with that being said, let's head down to my investments this week and see what's been going on. So we've got green, green, red, green, 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 red, 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 and guess what, more red, Royal Dutch Shell, no surprise, and green and green. So again, another mix. We're still far away from seeing green everywhere, unfortunately, but again, that is just part of this investing world. So looking at American Airlines, 2 shares, still the same as before, and it's 0.26 up right just now, so it's a 2.01% increase from last week. So my 2 shares are now worth a value of £20.45, and I'm now looking at a return of £5.39. Cineworld Group, so I've still got my 200 shares with them, and if we look at the weekly view from last week, they're actually down by 9.79%. So if I seem to remember in last week's video, they weren't doing too great, and it looks like it's still the same this week. If we switch to the monthly view, yeah, we can kind of see this has been from the end of August and September, it's just been declining steadily. So yeah, not looking too great for Sunnyborough Road at the moment. And my investment, my 200 shares, currently worth £94.02. So I'm currently up by £18.32% with this one. Sorry, £18.32. I seem to be saying this last week. I was saying like £18.32%. I mean, I think I'm possibly still drunk from 2 weeks ago, who knows. Sorry, £18.32 return. So that's a 24.2% increase with this investment. But again, it's a long-term hold, so not really stressing as other people could be right just now. We've got Hive Group next, 25 shares. My investment is now worth £18.09. So this is currently down by £10.87. So you can see they're 37.53% down overall. And from last week, it's actually dropped by another 10.22%, 10.22%. So yeah, not looking great at all for them still. But again, what's the point in stressing? I mean, long-term hold. People who have been watching these videos for a long time will know I'm not looking to get rid of these anytime soon. So on to the next. iShares Core FTSE 100 ETF from last week is down by 1.32%. My investment, which is 345 units in this ETF, is now currently worth £2,036.51. So I'm now looking at a return with this of £76.06. So it is up by 3.88% overall. S&P 500, iShares Core S&P 500, again weekly view, so from last week it's down by 2.03%. My 80 units are now worth £2,052.19, so that return is now £159.18, so it's it's up overall by 8.41%. This still remains my biggest investment on my portfolio, and it probably will be that way for the long term. iShares Nasdaq 100 ETF, weekly view, it's down by 3.13% from last week. So my 2 units are now worth £953.30. So that return is now £26.95. So 2.91% up overall with this one. Again, technology, Nasdaq, big fan of it all. Long-term hold, yada yada yada, all that sort of stuff I've said before. Yeah, nothing's really changed. Again, I'll increase this when I can, but it's an expensive ETF to buy into. iShares Fiscal Gold ETF, that's next up here, my 15 units, which are now worth £442.05. So the weekly view is showing that this is down by 1.04% from last week, and my return is now negative £19.50, which is a drop overall of 4.22%. The S&P 500 Healthcare Sector ETF from last week, it's actually up by 1.06%. Finally some green, finally something that's actually up for a change. And my 38 units, which is now showing £231.92, is now showing a return of negative £3.34, so it's down by 1.42% overall. Legal and General Group is next. Weekly view, 2.16% down from last week. Another red, another negative unfortunately. My 145 shares, which are now worth £279.47, is now showing a return of negative £16.05. So that is now down overall 5.43%. MGM Resorts is next up here, so my 5 shares with them. No surprise here guys, it's another one that is down from last week. We're down 3.04%, and 5 shares are now worth £85.22. So that is now showing a return of negative £4.51, which is down by 5.03% overall with this investment. National Grid's next one up here, another 5 shares with this one, and from last week it's down by 1.03%. So yes, another one that is unfortunately down, not what we want to see. My investment, my 5 shares, are now worth £42.42, so that has shown a return of negative £3.61, so it's down by 7.84% overall. Next up is Shell, my 78 investments. So looking at the weekly view, guess what guys, it's another one that is down from last week, so we're down by 4.29%, and my 78 shares are now worth £775.32, so I'm now looking at a negative return of £218.54. Ouch, so that is now down by 21.99%, let's just call it 22%, why not? So yeah, not looking too great for Shell here. Again, long term, thinking years and years down the line, I'm not stressing right now. Some of you out there might be, especially if you have more money invested in them than I do. But for just now, I'm just going to continue to hold I'm not going to add any more money into Shell at the moment because I feel like I've already got enough in there, or at least enough that I'm comfortable with. So again, another hold and one to worry about years down the line. Under Armour's next up, my 2 shares with them, my 2 free shares might I add, from you lovely people out there signing up through my referral links with Trading212. Click the link below, create yourself an account, get a free share, I'll get one too, thank you very much. Let's click in here and see what's been going on. So looking at the weekly view from the last week, that's a decent surprise. We're actually seeing some green, we're seeing something that's also up. So we're up by 1.68% from last week. So my 2 shares are now worth £17.82. So that is a return of positive £1.82, which is an increase overall of 11.38%. And last but not least with investments, Vanguard FTSE Emerging Markets ETF, my investment, my 21 units from last week. It's actually up again by 0.21%, so the emerging markets have actually been performing pretty decently for me lately, especially when you consider some of the other investments in my portfolio, and this week I'm just glad to see a positive percent there. So yeah, plus 0.21%, so my 21 units are now worth £978.39, so that is now showing a positive return of £110.25. So this is actually up overall by 12.7%. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with this, hopefully it continues, and this is also another long-term hold for me on my portfolio, and one that I will continue to add to as and when I can. So looking at the allocation view for this week, my 14 investments, portfolio value overall £8,027.18, iShares Core S&P 500 at 25.57% and the FTSE 100 at 25.37%. FTSE Emerging Markets is next up, 12.19%, followed by the Nasdaq and then Shell, and everything else you can see is under that 10% amount. Let's check to see if I've had any dividends this week. I don't think there has been any. Oh, I'm wrong. I received a 1p dividend from MGM Resorts. I think that calls for a party, guys. I don't know about you, but I am absolutely over the moon. I think I'll go spend my 1p on something amazing, because in fact I might spread the wealth. Who wants to split 1p with me? Anyone out there? Any takers? Anyway, yeah, that was the 17th of September, so that was earlier last week, and yeah, I've only got 5 shares. That 1p amount, I don't even know if that's accurate really. I didn't even expect to get some sort of dividend, but whatever. I know the FTSE 100 is coming up again with dividend soon, and so is some of other ETFs, so it'll be interesting to see what they are when I receive them. But as it stands, my total dividends is now £43.71, and just bear in mind, guys, I've been investing since the beginning of April, and some of these investments that actually pay dividends, I've only been investing into them from, say, May onwards, so it's not even like I started investing with them ones straight away. So yeah, just bear that in mind. And so yeah, that's how the portfolio is looking this week. As I said, it's not very great, unfortunately, especially if we look at a longer term view here, where we're at higher amounts of like 3%, 3%, 3.5, 4.6%. Oh, there goes a low battery amount now, that's not bad. We've actually managed to do this video nearly. And yeah, now you can see we're at the 1.54%. So yeah, not too great, but the good news is it's still green, it's still positive. I'm not stressing, I'm a long-term investor. You should be too, unless you're a day trader or a CFD guy or gal. And if that's you, then best luck to you, but that's not the world I am involved in. And if we just head over here again, if you guys are interested in creating a Trading212 account and getting involved in the world of investing, I recommend using Trading212. It's this app you've seen in this video. It's an app I've been using since the beginning of April when I started investing. It's extremely easy to use. I'm a big fan of it. I know plenty of other people out there in the world who are big fans. Lots of people on YouTube who do investing, and they are big fans of Trading212 as well. So if you're interested in creating an account with them, please do so through my link. I will put a comment in the video below. I'll put a comment below this video and I'll pin it so that anybody can find it nice and easy. And I'll also put this link in the description below this video. Click the link, create yourself an account. I think you maybe have to deposit like a minimum of £1, and then you'll receive a free share worth up to £100. I will also receive a free share worth up to £100. If you do end up doing that, please let me know what free share you receive, and I can kind of just see if it's something decent, or maybe if you get a better share than me, then hopefully you can just give me the share and I'll give you my share. Or I'm only joking, you can't swap shares. That was just that was a wind up. But yeah, let me know what shares you get, because I'd be really interested to hear it. And yeah, that's really it for this week, guys. Thank you once again for watching. I just hit 200 followers on Twitter. If you're interested, follow me on Twitter. It's at Ian J. Geddes. Again, links in the description of this video, which you can find below. And yeah, subscribe, like the video. Trying to hit 35 likes in this video, so please go give it a like if you can. Like it right now, actually. Just click that thumbs up button. You know you want to. Appreciate it, guys. I really do. And yeah, leave a comment. How's your portfolios looking this past week? Are you in the red? Are you still green? Do you not care? Are you a long-term investor like me? You should be. Leave a comment below. I respond to each and every single comment because I love building up this community with everybody. So yeah, until next time, guys, thanks again, and we will see you in the next video.